I'll show you my cards.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
I'm going to do a demonstration today for you. But first off, have you ever noticed if you've gone into somebody's house, you're a house guest, you may not be nosy or anything, but you may notice that you get a peek or a glimpse inside their linen closet. Everything else in their house might be neat and tidy, looks very well kept, but you happen to peek inside that linen closet and everything's in order except for one item. That one item could be the fitted sheet, the dreaded fitted sheet. A little brief story, I was visiting our son a couple years ago, and I noticed that on the couch that they had sheets that they were going to fold up and put away, I thought. And he grabbed them and rolled them in a circle and was going to put them away. And I asked, why aren't you going to fold these? He says, well, they're too hard to fold. Those kind of sheets are too hard to fold. You can't do that. So I thought to myself, boy, he's not been paying attention through life experience living at home. So I found myself wondering, is he much help to his new wife or much help to the household with this missing link? It's really a problem that can be easily solved. It takes a little patience. I did some research on the internet and I found that it's really not a unique problem. A lot of people have trouble with this. Like I say, they don't have the patience, they find it too cumbersome. Well, I went to YouTube and there's a lot of instructional videos out there that can help with this problem, but I didn't agree with some of the techniques, but I have my own technique that I find is easy. One of the techniques that they were explaining is to put your sheet on the floor, and I didn't find that very effective because you may have pets or you may have small children that are going to help mess that up as you're trying to fold that. You could use a second person. I didn't find that very useful because sometimes you don't have that second person at home with you. I find it useful to use a table or maybe your bed. Might be a little bit of help to help with this problem, to get it taken care of. So with that, I would like to demonstrate this, what's a technique that works well for me. Got a sheet here, and what I like to do is to make sure that your sheets come out of the dryer clean and dry. You've got everything's clean and dry. One of the important websites that I did view was Overstock.com. They did discuss to make sure all your sheets are clean and dry before you properly store them. This is going to help prevent any mold or mildew from growing on your sheets as you have them in your linen closet. If you've noticed, if you've taken your sheet out of the dryer, you could have your pillowcase wadded up inside the pocket, and now you've got to unwad this, throw it back in the dryer, start all over again. Make sure your sheets are clean and dry. With that said, I'll get started here. What I like to do is take my sheet, get it out to where I have the long end, and this sheet's a little easier because it is not a full colored sheet, so this was a little easier to look at. Get that longest end, make sure I've got the longest end, get that longest end, and I like to get my fingers, my middle finger all the way into the end of the sheet to where it's erect and got that pocket in there. I'm right-handed, this works for me, so I pop it over my right finger. Now I've got both pockets are all over on the one side. I need to move my left hand now to hold on to this so I can gather up the other two pockets. With that, gather the other pocket in my left or my right hand. Then a little help with my left hand. Making sure your middle fingers poke into the end of that pocket, right into the seam. Now, whoops, a little bit of fixing here. Get your finger back into the corners. Now you've got all your fingers in your corners, starting to create a square. Same technique as the very first step. Fold that back over top of your right hand if you're right-handed that way. Now you're beginning to look something of a rectangle. At this point then I usually either lay it down on the bed or a table or the edge of the couch or something. Straighten it around a little bit, and now you're becoming a rectangle. One of the techniques that I did find on MarthaStewart.com why she folded it out this way, but she folded it in thirds. I had normally just kind of folded it in a square pattern, but I took her technique and I'm going to use it within thirds because I found that a little bit helpful. So now you've got this in your rectangle. Take it over into your third. I like to straighten things out and kind of fold it out a bit, press it out a bit. Now you've got your other third. You can bring it up there. Now you've got something that looks more like a rectangle that can be made into a nice package. Last steps then, you're going to fold it into another third. And fold your other third over again. Now, you've got a neat package, and voila, you can actually store it with the remainder of the other sheets that you have, your flat sheet and your pillowcases, and now you've got them able to store them in your linen closet in a nice neat little bundle. Like I said, Martha Stewart had a technique. May not agree with her all the time, but she had some pretty good ideas on this. In conclusion on this, we've discussed how to make sure that you've got clean, dry linens, to make sure that you don't have any mold growing in your linen closet. Now you're able to fold it up in a nice, neat little package. So I hope this helps provide some insight on a difficult problem, and it made it easier for you. Thank you.